Hello everybody. How are you today? Can you hear? Can you see me well? If yes, just type a plus or yes into the chat box. Okay. Great. Great. So, how are you today? Oh yeah, hello everybody. Yep. I can see people joining us. So, how's your day going? Hello. Tired. Oh yeah. I understand. Right after your school day must be really tiring. Mm-hmm. All right. I see. Where are you from, guys? Where do you live? Where do you come from? Where are you now? We usually have people from like all over Ukraine, which is fantastic, really. Kharkov, nice. I used to study in Kharkov. Okay. Hey everybody. Одесса, Рівне, Львів, Херсон, Суми, wonderful, Dnipro, Lutsk. Wow, it's really like nationwide. That's fantastic. Chernihiv, great. This is what I love about online classes. There are people from like all over Ukraine and we all study together and have fun. That's great. I am from Poltava and that's where we're having this lesson. So we really do come from all over Ukraine. So welcome to our class. I'm gonna start today by telling you a little bit about myself. My name is Ira Maximova, so probably some of you have studied with me before. I'm an English teacher and I teach teenagers, and that is the thing I love doing, really probably most at all in my entire life. I love teaching teenagers. And I've been teaching ЗНО for quite a few years now. I always take ЗНО with my learners as a student, as a kid, just like you guys. So every year for the last probably 4 years, I've been taking ЗНО exam, both mock probne as well as real one, together with my learners. That's why I know a lot about these exam. I know all the traps, I know how to get the maximum score on each task, I know all the tricks and tips, everything there is to know about ЗНО. I know because I take it with you as a learner, not just as a teacher. So everything I'm going to share with you today and in our module, in our course, is all I know and all that works within the exam itself. So today we're going to have a look at a mini lesson, a kind of copy of the lesson we have in our course, which will give you an idea of how it usually goes in our course within our module. If you have any questions about anything, you are welcome to ask them and I will answer them at the end of the lesson, okay? So keep these questions in mind. I will answer all of your questions later. So, once again, welcome and we start. I want you to have a look at the following slide. First of all, in 5 nouns, іменники, can you tell me what you see? 5 nouns. River. Okay, thank you, Ira. Jump, okay, okay. Can be a noun too. River, landscape, nature, activity, sky, river, mountain, hill, sky, people, people, water, happiness, wow. City, is it? Is it a city? Mountain, people, clouds, grass, mountain, okay. Thank you very much. So, can you tell me what you see using 5 verbs, дієслова? Jump, yeah. Jump can be both a noun and a verb. Fly, jump, Okay, jumping, good. Oh, Vova, we need 5 verbs. Okay, right now, not the sentence, but just 5 verbs. Leave, jump, move. Okay. All right. Anything else? Fall. Yeah, true. Flying, yeah. Play, eat, drink. Okay, probably something we can't see, but we can imagine happening. Do, play, watch, help, speak. Jump, grow. Wow. Fly, live, enjoy. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Can you tell me what's happening using 5 adjectives? Прикметники. Push. Somebody said push, 2 verbs. Happy, gorgeous, stunning, beautiful vocabulary, beautiful. Unbelievable. It really looks unbelievable. I agree with you. Fascinating. Okay, brave, yes. Breathtaking, enchanting, happy, stunning, beautiful, wonderful vocabulary. Breathtaking, something that takes your breath away. Yes. Well, Silence, I don't know your real name. I would love to though. Yeah, preferably English. If you don't know how to say something in English, you can write in Ukrainian and I will help you with translation. Dangerous, yeah. Handsome, okay. Wonderful, thank you. Amazing. So, most of you have written words like jump, dangerous, fascinating, people, breathtaking. Somebody has written the word adventurous as well. And that briefly leads us into our listening activity of today. As you know, ЗНО consists of 4 parts: listening, reading, use of English, and writing. In our today's lesson, we're going to have a look at part number 1, listening, part number 3, use of English. This is something we're going to focus on in our today's class. So we're starting with a listening activity, listening task 3. Listening in ЗНО consists of 4 parts as well. Part number 1 is when you have pictures and you need to choose the correct picture, like correct answer in the form of picture. Task number 2 is a true or false task. Task number 3 is multiple choice, ABC. So this is exactly what we're doing today, task 3. So I have a question to you before we start. Have you ever done any ЗНО tasks, listening or reading, use of English, anything? Have you ever done any preparation for ЗНО? Okay. Okay, I see that many of you have tried all types of exercises. That's fantastic. So, how do you usually do listening? If you have multiple choice, if you need to choose A, B, C, how do you usually do these tasks? Alona, use of English is challenging. It is. We're going to look at one of the strategies of how to deal with use of English today, so stay tuned. So how do you usually do these listening tasks? Now hot, okay. Do you just listen and choose circle the correct answer, or listen to important words? Okay, Ellen. I see. My name is Ira Nikita. Nice to meet you. Keywords, okay. Okay. Trace for synonyms. Okay, just look for synonyms. Good, good. All of these are quite useful strategies, and I want you to keep them in mind, but also to keep an open mind and look for something else. So, we're moving on to the activity. In this task, I'm gonna ask you to listen to a conversation between Harry and another man, an interviewer, and choose the correct answer. Before we start listening, I'm gonna give you 20 seconds to look through the questions. All right. So, for the first listening, I'm just gonna ask you to listen and choose the correct answer, ABC. We're gonna listen just once for now, then we will discuss your answers. I'm not gonna give you the correct answers right away, we're just gonna discuss them, and then we'll work on what we know. So, listen carefully and choose your answers. I am gonna listening as well.
Test 1, Task 3.
Harry Park. You run a travel company which organizes adventure holidays in some difficult places. How did you first become interested in adventure travel?
Well, my father worked in an insurance company once he had a family, but before that he'd spent several years traveling the world, and he never stopped telling us about it. His stories were much more exciting than the books I read, and they made me want to travel and have adventures of my own.
And what made you decide to start an adventure travel company?
Well, when I was in my 20s, I traveled a lot in different countries. I went exploring and climbing in mountains and deserts. I wanted to show other people how wonderful these things were. The business has been very successful, but when I started it didn't know if I'd made any money.
Your company is called Far and Wide. How did you choose the name?
Well, I just called it Park Travel at first, but everyone thought that was terribly boring. My wife kept suggesting different things, but in the end it was a customer who gave me that idea. Far and Wide is also the title of a book that a friend wrote, so it reminds me of him too.
Great! The places you visit are usually very unspoiled, Harry. Some people think it's not a good idea to take tourists there. What would you say to them?
Well, most of the places we visit have no inhabitants, so we aren't going to spoil people's way of life or bring things like television and fridges. And I make sure that we always take care of the environment. We are careful not to cause pollution, so we take all our rubbish away.
Some of the things you do are also dangerous. Do you enjoy danger?
Well, it's not a question of enjoying it, it's just that you can't do what it do without thinking about the possible dangers. I'm never frightened though. If I'm taking a group up a mountain or something like that, I just concentrate on what I have to do and get on with it.
You've been to some fascinating places, Harry. What's your favorite?
It's in India. You travel along a river through spectacular scenery and up into the mountains in Madhya Pradesh. In the valley on the other side there is a wonderful old castle. It's magical. The mountains hide it, so few people know it's there.
Thanks for talking to us, Harry.
Okay. So before you start answering the questions, how difficult was it? 1, very easy. 10, very difficult. How hard was it for you? Okay, 5. We don't write answers yet. Just tell me how. 7. Okay, okay. 6. Okay. I see. Thank you. So now let's have a look at your answers. So we answer the question with a number and a letter. 1 and a letter. Okay. We're just writing number, letter, and until I say move on, we don't move on. So number 1, 1 answer. So people say 1B. I can see a lot of answers in 1B. Alena, we will listen twice. Wait a sec, just follow my instructions so far. 1B, okay, I see many answers like that. Any other ideas about the first one? Okay, what about number 2? I'm not giving you correct answers now. You will see what we're doing, just trust me. Number 2, your ideas. Irочка, we answer step by step. Not all answers at the same time, but step by step, okay? Can you do that? 2B, okay, some ideas. Okay, 2B, I see. What else? Number 2. Yeah, Max, in the listening it is really bad because it's very similar to the ones you have in real ZNO. 2B, okay, maybe. Again, I'm not giving you correct answers. You will get your correct answers yourselves. We're just looking at your ideas now. Number 3. Okay, lots of ideas about number 3 as being the C option one. Okay, okay. Number 4, what are your ideas for number 4? Yeah, Max, I totally understand. So you were talking about the accent of the speaker, I know that. So I'm not taking any offense. Moreover, I agree with you, so that's okay. Okay, number 4. Number 5. Number 5. Okay, I see. So, now kids, we're going to listen to the recording for the second time. When you listen to the recording for the second time, I want you to remember about these guys. I call them attention thieves, крадії уваги, or so-called distractors. Distractors is something that takes your attention and puts it in the wrong place. By that I mean that sometimes you may hear a word or a sentence that look like the right answer, that looks like the correct answer, but in fact it's the wrong one. In fact, it is a distractor, this little thing that takes your attention from the real answer. So when you listen to the recording for the second time, I want you to remember that. I want you to remember about these attention thieves. Another thing I want you to do is, when you choose your answer, when you choose, like number 1, you think it's B, always remember why. So take a piece of paper, I have something with me. So take a piece of paper and a pen and write down, take notes, why do you think this is the right answer? I don't want you to write your ideas, I want you to write what you hear. So the task now is as following. We'll listen to the recording for the second time. You choose the answer. You write why. Why do you think this is correct? Are there any children who study with me on the course? Is there anybody who has ever taken a course with me? No, I don't think so, right? Okay, so I really hope that will change, that you will join me on the course. If you joined me, you would know that my favorite question of all times is why. So I always ask my learners to prove their answers. This way, it will give you more confidence in your knowledge, and it will give you a deeper understanding of the exam. So now, the answer and why. Okay? Listen again.
Test 1, Task 3.
Harry Park. You run a travel company which organizes adventure holidays in some difficult places. How did you first become interested in adventure travel?
Well, my father worked in an insurance company once he had a family, but before that he'd spent several years traveling the world, and he never stopped telling us about it. His stories were much more exciting than the books I read, and they made me want to travel and have adventures of my own.
And what made you decide to start an adventure travel company?
Well, when I was in my 20s, I traveled a lot in different countries. I went exploring and climbing in mountains and deserts. I wanted to show other people how wonderful these things were. The business has been very successful, but when I started it didn't know if I'd made any money.
Your company is called Far and Wide. How did you choose the name?
Well, I just called it Park Travel at first, but everyone thought that was terribly boring. My wife kept suggesting different things, but in the end it was a customer who gave me that idea. Far and Wide is also the title of a book that a friend wrote, so it reminds me of him too.
Great! The places you visit are usually very unspoiled, Harry. Some people think it's not a good idea to take tourists there. What would you say to them?
Well, most of the places we visit have no inhabitants, so we aren't going to spoil people's way of life, or bring in things like television and fridges. And I make sure that we always take care of the environment. We are careful not to cause pollution, so we take all our rubbish away.
Some of the things you do are also dangerous. Do you enjoy danger?
Well, it's not a question of enjoying it, it's just that you can't do what it do without thinking about the possible dangers. I'm never frightened though. If I'm taking a group up a mountain or something like that, I just concentrate on what I have to do and get on with it.
You've been to some fascinating places, Harry. What's your favorite?
It's in India. You travel along a river through spectacular scenery and up into the mountains in Madhya Pradesh. In the valley on the other side there is a wonderful old castle. It's magical. The mountains hide it, so few people know it's there.
Thanks for talking to us, Harry.
Okay, let's see if you've changed your mind. So, number, letter, Y. Let's go. Number 1. When I'm looking away, it means I'm looking at our chat. No, we start with number 1. Ellen, we start with number 1, okay? We go step by step. We'll get to number 5. So, number 1. So, any ideas on the first question? Okay, if you think it's an A, why? Why do you think so? What did you hear to make you choose this answer? Any other ideas? Anybody else? If you don't know, just write I don't know. That's okay. This way I will understand how I can help you better. So it's okay if you don't know. That's absolutely fine. Just let me know. Okay. So Ellen says that I think number 1 is A because his father tells him a lot about the adventure. Look. So, lots of you, after the first listening, have chosen B. Okay, Masha has chosen B. Why? So, did his father work in a travel company or was it some other company? No, his father worked for an insurance company. It was an insurance company, Strachova. So what did his father... Alena, books were mentioned. Yeah, so his father gave him adventure stories to read. But his father's stories about the places were, as he said, more fascinating than the books he read. So option B is not correct because his father worked in an insurance company. And number A is not correct because the stories of his father's stories were more fascinating than the adventure stories he read, which means he first became interested in adventure travel because his father talked a lot about the places he'd been to. So father worked and company were distractors, were the cats, and adventure stories to read were the cats as well in the first task. Number 2, letter, answer. Okay, so number 2, your ideas. Don't be afraid, don't be shy, that's okay. If your answer, I just have an idea of how to help you better. I really, really care about it. Well, yeah, Andres, 2 is not a B. That's good. Something else? Anything else? Right. Yes. So number 2 is A. He didn't think about the money. So he mentioned that, згадував це, but he didn't kind of hope, he didn't think how he could make a lot of money. Nothing was mentioned about hoping to do more traveling, but he wanted to tell other people about his experience. He wanted to share his experience with others. So number 2 is A. And this is where your synonym works help you a lot. So number 3, who suggested the name for Harry's company? I need more ideas. When we're having a module, our course, I always make sure that everybody takes part in the lesson, that everybody answers, that everybody receives my attention. So that's why I'm asking you to write as many ideas as possible, really. Okay. Oh, okay. So 3C3. Okay, somebody says B. Okay. Why? So look, all of the 3 options were mentioned. So he talked about his wife. His wife, as he said, kept suggesting, like continued to suggest different names. But then in the end it was a customer who suggested the name. So it was a customer, B. And then he talks about a friend, because his friend has written a book by the same name. So the friend has written a book by the same name of Harry's company. But the friend has written a book. He has nothing to do with the name of the company, with creating. Wife's ideas were not really weren't the ideas that he liked. So he says in a one very short sentence that it was a customer who suggested the name. So number 3 is B, a customer. Yes, he told about his wife, but customer gave him an idea. Yes. Number 4, when Harry visits a place, he tries to do what and why? Don't forget to prove your answer. So if you're choosing this answer, just tell me what made you think so. Okay, I see. Okay, so number 4, Harry says that whenever he travels, he tried to go to places where there are few local inhabitants. Local inhabitants are people who live in that particular place. So he goes to places with very few local inhabitants. So he doesn't give the local people jobs. He tries not to take fridge and phones and computers. He said we're trying not to take them on a trip. But he says, whenever I travel, I try to take care and save the environment and take out our own rubbish or trash or something. So he cares about pollution. He tries not to cause pollution, забруднення. So, which actually brings us to C. Yeah, he tries to serve the environment, that's true, to save the environment. So he avoids damaging the area. That's true. For C. And the last one, number 5. What is Harry's favorite place? What is it? And again, as always, why? Okay. Why, kids? Nobody says why. Because he said that the castle was wonderful. Yeah. Well, he said a lot about the mountain. That there is a beautiful mountain somewhere. There is a beautiful mountain somewhere in India. So you go through the mountain. So he mentions the word mountain at least 3 times. All of those times, the mountain was a cat. It was a distractor. Because he said, there in the mountain, there is a castle which is hidden, захований, in the mountain. But that's why not many people know about it. And it's amazing, or it's wonderful. So his favorite place is a castle in the mountain, but not the mountain itself. So number 5 is B, it's a building. So this is what we have with listening. I want you to remember about them. I want you to remember about attention thieves, about the distractors. You have seen that this exercise was full of those. So I want you to keep that in mind. In our course, in our module, we practice a lot. Almost every class we practice with different strategies of how to deal with them, basically. Also, there is one secret of how to pass ЗНО successfully and how to do all these tasks correctly. And I will tell you the secret at the end of our lesson today, so stay tuned. So, moving on to the second part. Something that we usually do in the lesson is we're covering basic grammar. So on the website of Український центр оцінювання якості освіти, you can find the program for ЗНО, list of grammar that you should know to pass ЗНО successfully. Every lesson we cover that in our modules. So every lesson we cover grammatical points. So by the end of the course, you will have covered everything. Today I'm giving you a little idea of what it looks like. Within our lessons in our modules, it is of course more detailed and we spend longer and we go deeper. So today I'm just giving you an idea. So I want you to look at the sentences and tell me, what do these sentences have in common? Що в цих реченнях спільного? Okay, I can see some answers. So there is an answer 2. Yes, you're absolutely right. So if you look at the sentences, you will find, pas simple, good observation. Oops. So, pas simple also. True. So, what I want you to have a look here. There are no doubts. Many things in common, indeed. We're going to focus on infinitives today. We're going to focus on these 2 things today. So he wanted to share the experience with others. His father gave him adventure stories to read. He didn't know what to do at first, and it was rather difficult to start. This grammatical point in English is called infinitives. As you can say from these examples, we use to, this little word to, in a number of cases, in many situations. So we use to when we try to connect two verbs together. He wanted to share. So we use to after certain forms. So we use to in the sentences like that. His father gave him stories to read. In this case, to means the reason. Щоб. Його батько давав йому історії, щоб він читав. Для читання. Reason. Purpose. Мета. He didn't know what to do at first. We use infinitives after question verbs, words, before the verbs. I didn't know where to go. I decided how to travel. Question word, verb to. It was rather difficult to start, for Harry to start his business. We use to after adjective, прикметник, before the verb. It was rather difficult to start. It was easy to learn. It was hard to understand. Okay? So, we use infinitives, which is verb plus to, after adjectives, to express a reason or purpose. Second examples, his father gave him stories to read. After certain verbs, right? He wanted to share. And the fourth case is when so I'm checking how well you were paying attention, kind of. When do we use the, there are four cases when we use infinitives. What's the fourth one? No, not really. So remember, he wanted to share. His father gave him stories to read. It was rather difficult and he didn't know what to do. So the first case is after a question word, what, when, why, how, before the verb. How to do, where to go, what to eat, for example, right? 4 cases of using infinitives. Let's practice a little bit. So I want you to complete these sentences with the correct form of infinitive in the right place. You have to choose from words here. Let's go. Number 1. Full sentence, like I'm planning, what are you missing? I'm planning, there has to be something else. I'm planning to go, right? There has to be an infinitive here. Okay, number 2, hygiene. Yeah, good. No, not just, There has to be an infinitive. Hygiene, nice. Yeah, nice to meet you. Correct. Number 3. Yeah. What do you want to do? Want as verb. Do is a verb. What do you want to do? Great. Number 4. Number 4. I don't follow. Number 4. Yeah. Number 5. I need to go. Number 4. Number 5. Try. Infinitive. Andrush, you've lost the infinitive. Try. Look. Try not to make. If you have this negative part, you just put it at the beginning and then you still have infinitive. Try not to make noise. Okay? Your father is asleep. Good. Number 6. I'm glad. Yeah, good. Number 6. I'd really like to learn. One infinitive. I would like is a verb. To learn is a verb. How to drive, another infinitive. You see? Question word plus verb. How to drive. Number 7. Number 7. Yes. Be careful not to drive. That's absolutely correct. Be careful not to drive too fast on your way home. The roads are icy. Good. Not to drive, Tanichka. Don't lose the infinitive, okay? Number 8. Okay, to look for. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. He's decided to look for a new job. Let's hope that he finds it. So after we do a grammar exercise like that, we do a lot of them. They're very different. We cover all possible grammar topics. We usually have a little speaking task. We are running out of time now. I want us to do a little bit more in class. I'm just giving you the idea of what happens. So then I usually ask my group, my learners, ask some questions which help them practice what we've studied. So you not only do exercises, do grammar or listening or whatever, you actually produce the language. You speak through writing in our chat. This helps you for 2 reasons. Reason number 1, it helps you with writing on ЗНО. Reason number 2, you're learning a language which you will use in the future. So usually after grammar task, after any task, we have some speaking where we chat and I give my comments, give feedback, and I share a lot about myself too. So now I want you to think about the following. What part of ЗНО is the most difficult for you so far? На данный момент. Not in this lesson, but in your course of preparation. What part of ЗНО is the most difficult? I remember somebody, Alona, I think, writing that use of English is challenging, writing. So, Unfaini, what is your name, if you don't mind me asking? Irочка, listening, use of English, okay. Listening and reading. Okay, I have some ideas about that. Use of English. Okay, or listening. I see. So from my experience and from the statistics, the most difficult part of ЗНО is use of English. If the most difficult for you is writing, I have fantastic news for you. Writing is incredibly easy to hack. The maximum score on writing that you can get is 14. I always score 14 when I write. Okay, I'm a teacher, fair enough, but my learners, all of them, always score not less than 11. 11 is the lowest. It doesn't depend on the level. It can be a very high level of learner level or very low, like pre-intermediate, still 11 at least. So good news for you. Don't worry about writing. If you join us, you'll taken care of. Listening and reading, I will tell you the secret at the end of this lesson. Use of English, we'll deal with that right now. So, as many of you have written, use of English is the most challenging part. Today, I'm going to share some one strategy with you of how to do use of English better. So here you have got a little text which was used in real ЗНО a couple of years ago, I think. 2 years or 3 years ago. That was taken from real ЗНО. What I want you to do now is to read this text and think what word goes in the gap. What word is missing? If you don't or if you can't guess the word, try to guess part of speech or grammar. So try to think what is the missing word here. So I'm going to give you a minute to read this text and then we will discuss in our chat. Okay, you want to discuss now, I see that. Okay, so in the first gap in 54, we have ideas, somebody wait, right, okay. What about 55? The size of the handwriting can you several things about the person. Any ideas? Maybe tell, okay, probably. Anything else? Help, okay, probably. What about 56? The study, research, which by the National Pen Company shows that people with small handwriting. So what's missing in 56? Okay, let's move on to 57. So, was made, okay, was made. 56 probably, at least passive maybe here, yeah? So, the people with small handwriting tend to be shy and hardworking. People who are more outgoing try to get attention with larger handwriting. What do you think is missing in the 57s? Okay, let's look at the 58s. Probably other people who are more outgoing. However, yeah, something expressing contrast, maybe. Let's move to the 58s. Who take things seriously, put more pressure on the pen. People, person, okay, yeah, maybe. People, yeah, who take, there has to be singular, maybe. Or plural, think about that. Right, so you have read the text, you have basic idea of what the text is about, you have some words that you think may go. You don't have A, B, C, D options now. Now, we're moving on to the options here. Now, I'm going to ask you to read the task and choose the correct answer. So, when you answer, please write number and letter. Oh yes, 1A. The way someone writes, present simple. Someone is singular, it's like he, she, it. That's why we have S ending. The way someone writes, that's correct. Number 2, 55. Okay, so their handwriting can tell. They can tell. Can is a modal verb. Modal verbs are never followed by to. It is just a base. It's bare infinitive, so to speak. That is in our courses, in one of our courses. So handwriting can tell you several things about one person. The study which 56. Yes, see, the study which was conducted. Even if you don't know the word conducted, which means проводити, you have guessed in the previous task that there has to be some passive here, past passive. Was conducted, so much easier. 57. Is B. That's right. So we talked about although, however, something expressing contrast, right? While expresses exactly that. While expresses contrast. Like в той час як. And the last one. Yeah. The last one is those. Ті, хто. We talked about that. We said that take things seriously has to be plural. Remember that? So, and we even guessed. Some of you has even guessed the exact word. So, sometimes it's much easier to read the text, to understand the general idea, and to think what's missing. And after that, move on to choosing the correct word. So there are many more tricks and life hacks in our course that we are going to cover in our module, so join us. So what I want you to say is the following. Of course, exams are very important, and I know that you are very worried about them, and I understand that. But I want you also to remember that there is not a single exam that tells you a lot about your personality, that tells you how good you are, how clever, how smart, how kind, friendly, funny you are. So please always remember when you take any exam, and especially when you take ЗНО, that you are worth more than a score. Ви більше, ніж оцінка. So now I am ready to answer all of your questions, and after that, firstly, I'm going to tell you about our course, and then I will answer all of your questions and share the secret with you. So, I will switch to Ukrainian. Якщо вам сподобався наш урок, ми запрошуємо вас на курс підготовки до ЗНО з англійської для учнів 10-11 класів. Ми починаємо навчатися 12 лютого о 17:00. Розклад уроків у нас щосереди о 17:00. Це вже наш третій модуль, отже, наша навчальна група вже майже сформована, залишилось декілька місць, тому, будь ласка, приєднуйтесь, не зволікайте. Що це таке взагалі? Навчання на онлайн-курсі на нашому – це 8 занять в невеликій групі. Я завжди говорю в невеликій, я перевіряла вас, я запитувала весь час any other ideas і таке інше. В нашому кабінеті зазвичай є перелік учнів, я завжди контролюю, щоб всі брали участь, я приділяю увагу кожному учаснику. Протягом 120 хвилин активної роботи на кожному занятті, а також у нас є чат у Телеграмі, де я скидаю або якісь цікавинки, або якісь ще по матеріалам уроків, або де ви можете запитувати мене запитання, я на них відповідаю, записую аудіоповідомлення, відео і таке інше. Домашні завдання, які ми перевіряємо та оцінюємо, відеозаписи всіх уроків, якщо раптом ви захочете повторно переглянути або ви відсутні, презентації до кожного року та допоміжні матеріали, яких багато, ви зможете їх зберегти до свого комп'ютера, та також функція контролю відвідування онлайн-уроків та виконання домашнього завдання куратором групи. Вартість курсу сьогодні 1500 гривень, завтра вартість зросте до 1700 гривень. Щоб забронювати місце групи, перейдіть на курс та натисніть «Купити повний курс». І ще декілька деталей. Стосовно ЗНО і мого, скажімо так, супроводження. Чесно, я зараз намагаюся в чаті написати, в мене поки що воно дуже виходить. Ну, ладно. Я завжди намагаюся бути дуже присутньою зі всіма своїми дітьми, тому я завжди даю посилання на свій інстаграм, де я пишу про ЗНО і взагалі про те, як нам краще до всього готуватися і бути готовими. Планую провести певний ефір стосовно змін до ЗНО 2020 року. І взагалі, якщо у вас є будь-які запитання, ви завжди можете його мені задати. Всі мої учні, якщо ви з кимось поспілкуєтесь, скажуть вам, що я завжди відповідаю. Тому, будь ласка, додавайтеся. Так, я думаю, що куратор зараз напише мій інстаграм ira.maximova через Y. Отже, я дуже чекатиму вас на нашому курсі. Я обіцяю, що це все буде дуже практично і дуже корисно для вас. І я обіцяю, що вам сподобається. Стосовно секрету, ті, хто дочекалися секрету. Секрет у тому, щоб скласти класно ЗНО і будь-який іспит в знанні слів. Чим більше ви знаєте слів і словосполучень, тим вища ймовірність того, що ви складете цей іспит. Багато з вас згадували, що вам складно reading і listening робити. Я готова гарантувати, що справа полягає у лексиці. Чи справляємося ми з цим на нашому курсі? Так. Я надаю інструменти для найбільш ефективного вивчення слів, а також ресурси, де це можна робити. На жаль, я б дуже хотіла залізти до вас у голову і вивчити за вас усі слова, але це неможливо, тому, звісно, вам також треба докладати зусиль, але секрет, правда, у цьому. Отже, якщо у вас є ще якісь запитання, будь ласка, задавайте їх. Зараз у чаті я ще хвилиночку побуду з вами. Якщо у вас виникнуть запитання, ви можете задати їх на моєму інстаграмі. I don't know when use I and I'm. Окей, Елен. Дивись, I ми використовуємо, коли у тебе в слові в реченні є смислове дієслово. Тобто я ходжу, I go to school, I eat breakfast every morning, I have breakfast. I am ми використовуємо перший випадок, коли немає дієслова в реченні. Наприклад, я вчитель. Вчитель – це іменник. Мені потрібно сказати I am a teacher. Або другий випадок – це коли ми говоримо в present continuous. Наприклад, я веду урок. I am having у дієслова a lesson. Did I answer your question? І ще які у вас запитання є? Thank you, Andrei. I hope to see you on the course. Got it. Fantastic, right? So easy when you ask the right questions. Okay, so as I said, I have lots of things to share with you, really. So join me. На ЗНО буде лист другу, чи може попастися лист іншого формату. Макс, дякую за запитання. Згідно з програмою може попастися що завгодно. Формальний лист також, але за останні 12 років проведення ЗНО, 12? В цьому році 12, жодного разу не було нічого іншого, крім листа другу. Тому, моя така думка, що якщо на пробному ЗНО буде лист другу, то, скоріше за все, на реальному також буде лист другу. У мене є ще думки, чому це може бути так. Тому я схильна вірити, що, мабуть, це буде так. Але Український центр оцінювання якості освіти готує нас до того, що це може бути і формальний лист також. Окей? Такі ефіри ні, але ви можете долучитися до курсу, і такі ефіри тільки довше, і в меншій групі у вас будуть щотижнево. Отже, гаразд, дуже вам дякую за ваші запитання, за вашу участь і роботу на уроці. Сподіваюся побачити вас на нашому курсі. Долучайтеся, задавайте запитання завжди. Гарного вечора, good luck and see you. Bye!